You have a charismatic face, Jason. Jason Buyaki here. Battlefront, Gale Force 9, right?
Yep.
And you have this bad boy beauty of a dungeon here, made for
Underdark, Dungeons and Dragons Underdark. It's a launch for us to really showcase our figures, our terrain, our maps. It kind of really shows a theme of what does the Underdark look like? What can you imagine it to be? And it's kind of our imagination gone wild. Put a little steroids in there, it's crazy.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. So am I right in understanding that it has a wooden support system in it?
Yep, it's got a wooden support framework to hold everything together, and then lots of foam and modeling materials to bring it all to life.
And maybe a two-part epoxy?
It's a variety of different epoxies. A couple of them are trade secrets that I'm just not going to share.
Who was your assistant and who helped you with this?
My assistant was Lizzie Willick.
Okay.
She's been working out with us for about 8 months. And she's the creator of the Cavern Underdark 3D adventure set.
Yes, which I've admired before. Yep. And we have some crystals here, which are slightly new.
Yeah, they're new shapes, new colors. So definitely an awesome addition to the range to populate battlefields wherever your battlefield's going to be. If it's a science fiction, a pulp, a fantasy setting, it matters not. We got lots of different crystals that really jazz up the tabletop.
You made a sister board to this one, is that right?
Yeah, we made a sister board to it that looks very similar to our map here. We took a couple of our maps and expanded it out to a big 4x6 table. We sculpted it to kind of be very similar to the look of this one, but dealing with a limited space, we had to make sure that we could ship it in a different sense, but to make it more playable. It was a gridded table so you could actually do some D&D adventures. A couple of D&D guys will be running a bunch of stuff on it this weekend.
And sadly, so far this table actually has not been played on. Is that right? You guys were kind of rushed?
No, we haven't played on it yet.
2 weeks?
2 weeks to work on it. Yep.
And here's the seam line. This is where the top does come off.
Yep. The top does come off to ship. So we break it apart. It's two components really. It's the core base and then the cabin roof, and we're able to ship it and move it.
But once it's done, you're on to the next thing.
Yep, that's it. We're on to the next thing.
What is the next thing? Can you give us a sneak peek?
I can't really say because it's a competitive market out there, and so we want to make sure that we're ready to go.
And you happen to be wearing also a Spartacus shirt.
Yep.
You didn't do any of the figures for that, right?
Nope. Spartacus is a new board game by Gale Force 9. It's a new venture for us.
Based on the popular HBO?
Yep.
Not HBO.
It's a Stars brand game. And it's based on the TV show. And if you get a chance to watch the TV show, play the game, you'll see that there's a lot of similarities. It's not just gladiatorial fighting. It's taking your house and being the most dominant, powerful house in the game. So there's a lot of treachery, a lot of backstabbing. You got to be economically smart about what your choices are. You got to be able to fight excellent combats in the arena. You want to go to the marketplace and buy the best slaves and the best gladiators, equip them with the equipment, get them into the arena, and at the same time you're just trying to ruin your neighbor's day through intrigue and treachery.
And I have to, as charismatic as you are, you have a high charisma score. This thing to me has so much beauty to it. So there's just so many different levels in here. You had a lot of fun with this?
Yeah, it's a Swiss cheese project for us. We really wanted to show, well, what do the catacombs in the Underdark look like? We had some inspirational photos sent over to us from Wizards, and we took this and said, okay, how's it gonna look? How's it gonna look if we actually built that as a real game, as a real game board? And this is it. We got corridors and tunnels that have, like many cave systems probably in the world over eons, they drain empty, and there's caves, there's shafts, there's tunnels, there's plateaus, there's levels, there's stalagmites and tights, and it all comes together just to create this scene.
Awesome. Hey, what would you find at Jason Buyaki's house in terms of terrain? Would we be surprised that things aren't so cool, or do you have some cool projects in there?
There's a little bit of both. I use a lot of the products that we make, but I always like to scratch build some stuff, because that's always, when I'm scratch building, I'm always thinking about what's cool, what do I want to play with, and that's always a inspiration for me.
And just wrapping up, can we take a little look behind you? We have some of, you've done all these, right?
Yes.
All the textures here. I like this little area. Looks.
And these are pieces by Lizzie. So these are new pieces that are going to come out over the next couple of months.
Oh, so brand new.
Yep.
Liz Willick?
Yep.
Willick?
Lizzie Willick.
Okay, great. Yeah, these look impressive. Do you have a price point for them yet?
Yeah, we don't have a price point for them yet.
Okay.
But probably coming in line with most of our other price points on our
great balcony here.
25 to, yeah, absolutely. The Hall of Heroes Grand Vestibule is really to really have an inspirational piece that just, you know, dominates the battlefield, gives players a lot of options. Attention Gen Con exhibitors, we're going to interrupt this podcast for an important announcement.
Hey, Jason, thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.